What's up? Welcome back to Modern Traders. I'm Ben. I'll be your host. Before we get started, I want to invite you over to the free Discord. We do daily callouts, watch lists, Modern Traders LLC on Insta, and ModernTradersLLC.com. We do put a lot of work into trying to get these videos out for you almost daily. So if you get anything out of it, please do remember to like and subscribe. Get us a little love with the YouTube algo. So before we get into today's very overdue Weed Watch Weekly, this is a shot of the QQQ that mirrors the NASDAQ movements that I showed to the group a couple of days ago, and it shows we have seen exactly 4 times in the past few years of being overbought, and the previous 3 are highlighted. Each one was followed immediately by a 10 to 20% drop. Doesn't mean it has to happen again, but it does have to be taken into account. The SPY, same story, very overbought, guys. Now the market is super strong. So we've seen it just take off on this continuous uptrend, breaking that double bottom pattern that it was following for the longest time. We saw a little bit of a pullback to the 430 level. And then again today we did see it pull back a little bit, so hopefully that'll be enough, but definitely have to keep it on the just in the back of your mind that we do have a little bit of a pullback that's probably still coming. Maybe not. We did see that pullback to the 428 today. If that continues to hold, we could see another move to all-time highs, but make sure you're aware, guys. But today's Weed Watch Weekly, we have seen just a constant stream of catalysts for the cannabis sector in general. See, the Supreme Court just became the cannabis largest megaphone. I don't know if that's true, but we have seen a lot of states legalize, decriminalize. We've seen Mexico move for legalization. Saw not that big of a deal, but name recognition. We did see Apple acknowledge the validity of cannabis in general just recently. Which brings me to today's topic. One of my favorite new companies in the cannabis sector with a lot of room to grow. Hexo Corp is a Canadian company based out of Quebec. It started in 2013 with medical cannabis, and then we were able to branch out in 2018, and recreational use was legalized in that industry came to be. And we've seen them just continually grow ever since, but have started to stagnate just recently. So we're going to talk about why. So this is a company, like I said, with actually has a whole lot of room above it, unlike a lot of the other ones, Tilray, Grow Generation, for example. Now Hexo, they have a whole bunch of products on the market. Hexo Plus, Original Stash. We got Up Cannabis. We got Bake Sale, and they have recent acquisitions that are going to add to that line in general. We'll just get the bad news out of the way right away. We did see a year-over-year loss. 20.7 million, bigger loss than last year, and that's what everybody seems to be focusing on, which is fine with me because that turns this into good news for us. While everybody's paying attention to the downgrades that we've seen lately, Alliance Global downgraded from 14 to 12, ATV from 975 to 6. We saw Stifle lower their price target from 750 from 10. And like I said, dude, everybody's paying attention to this as if it's a bad thing. Then they seem to stop wanting buying it, and from my point of view, this is actually good news. If you bother to do just a little bit of research on top of it, you see that just recently we've seen Hexo acquire Cannabis for a $250 million purchase. Cannabis, the arrangement's going to have the Cannabis shareholders receive 0.01 shares of Hexo. We saw them acquire 48 North. Now this is just an all-out buyout of all outstanding shares for a $50 million enterprise value basis purchase. And then to top it all off, just a few trading days ago with a $925 million purchase of Redcan, which is Canada's largest recreational use, putting Hexo in the just in the position as the #1 company recreational and I believe medical as well in Canada. And then we saw them expand their footprint into America just recently with the acquisition of a production facility in Colorado. Like I said, confirming its presence in the U.S. And then tucked down in the article, I don't know why this hasn't gotten much attention, is that it also puts them with the necessary infrastructure to continue expanding a joint venture with Molson Coors of Coors Beers, who create Trust USA, which is CBD infused beverages. That seems like a big deal in my opinion. I don't know why it hasn't gotten much attention. And if we're honest, this up until just recently is bad news, but the Hexo is committed to ESG leadership, which is the environmental, social, and governance action, just reduce their carbon footprint, plastic usage, just become more green, which is obviously positive catalyst these days. And taking a look at the graph, you can see that Hexo does have a history of being at the above $30 range, and I do believe we'll see it come back to that. After cooling off, it hits lows at $1.32 after the 2020 crash. And it has, ever since, it's been putting in a pattern of higher highs ever since. It's reached a high almost $12 just a month and a half ago, and then settled back down. And has been ever since respecting this $5 support level, and so we're watching this $5 support level to hold to confirm a good entry point. If we see that break, we are going to want to wait and see how far to pull back, but I just don't anticipate it happening. We are very overdue for the cannabis sector in general to take off, and I think that it's going to be one of the ones we see make the biggest movements. And it did after bottoming out at that $5 level again, it just completely started trading sideways. No matter how much the market pulls back around it, it's just continued to do so. So I can think we'll continue to see it move on this sideways level at the $5 until it pops off to the upside. I'm hoping to see a return to 10 or 12, but at the very least, I would expect it to hit the $6-7 mark again, guys. In the long term, I don't think I have any problem getting back into the 30s. It might be a year or two down the line, but this is a long-term company with fundamentals to get behind, and also with the opportunity for day trades, swing trades. So definitely something to have on your radar, guys. Till next time, I'm Ben. It's Modern Traders. Thanks for stopping by.